Now that it's on camera.
Coach, you got a chance tomorrow night, really, really big game here, out of conference against Iowa State. How much do you look forward to this kind of challenge for your team?
Well, I think what I tell the players is this game's for them, to try to get them on a national stage and get them a game against a team that people respect and get a chance to get some exposure, not just for your program, but individually for your players. Iowa State's got guys that are talked about nationally. Obviously George Niang and Monty Morris. But I think Jamil McKay is one of the best in the country at his position. I actually think he might be the highest draft pick of the three. So it's a great game for the players. You don't have to motivate your players for a game like this. If you do, you get big problems. Obviously, it's a big game on the non-conference slate. The fans always clamor for games, non-conference, top 10, top 20 home games. So it's tough to get these type of games anymore. Everybody just plays neutral site games. So we'll see. It's a big game for us, but after the game, we're going to have to get back to practice and go on to the next one no matter what happens.
They got 5 guys who have scored 20 points in a game, so obviously they have a lot of balance.
Because they share the ball. Whenever their best 2 players are high assist guys. Monty Morris from the point guard spot, and then George Niang from whatever position you want to call him, because they play him at point all the way through the 5 spot. But he's a guy that is really similar to Roosevelt Jones from Butler, although George gets most of the publicity. And obviously, the way Roosevelt's playing, he's going to get more. But that's who we compared him to our guys, because he can break your defense down off the dribble. And he may not be a high flyer, but his effectiveness is off the charts. I mean, he's one of a kind offensive player. He's had an unbelievable career.
They lost one of their better players. They shut him down for the season a couple games ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
How's that impact him?
Well, they lose one and get one.
Right,
So they lose Naz Long, but they pick up Deontay Burton from Marquette. So Burton's a better rebounder, bigger, stronger guy. Naz was. We actually played against him when he was a freshman, so he's a senior. When we played him in Vegas, was it 4 years ago? He was a freshman on that team. So he's one of their better perimeter defenders. Makes him a little shorter in the backcourt. Kind of forces Monty Morris to even play, I guess, more minutes. I don't know if that's possible than he's already was playing, but Naz could help him a little bit with the ball handling ability. He was a big shot maker last year for them as well. But I think, in time, it's just going to change them a little, because they did pick up Burton. I think he'll help them be a more physical team, give them a little bit more rebounding and defense on the front line, which will probably help them in conference play.
After getting a chance to watch the film, go back and watch Saturday's game again, was there anything that you came away with maybe a little bit more pleased with than you initially thought?
Whenever you watch a film, you see different things. I thought that Jacob Evans really played an exceptional game, and that's because we don't grade the film based on field goals. His defense, his defensive awareness, and his rebounding was huge for us. And then when you watch on the film, and he's helping other guys get in the right position, and he's a freshman. You do stuff like that, you're going to play more. And that's where I think he came on the floor with 3 minutes into the second half and never came off. He's a winning player. So I was really happy with that. I think we got to find a way to get Farad Cobb more shots. Do a little bit better job. Tay got him a 3. Justin made a great pass, and Tay set a really good screen. And then Gary found him late in the game with a great pass. But we got to somehow find a way to get him freed up a little bit more, because what's he shooting 47% from 3? So he's shooting the ball as well as anybody in the country. I think making people defend that a little bit more, something that we got to incorporate, do a little bit better job of screening for him. But our defense was as good as it's been all year, because we stopped the layup. VCU is a very, very fast team. To only give them 2 fast breaks. If we can only give Iowa State 2 fast break points, like we did to VCU, I like our chances. When you play teams like that really rely on pushing the ball, what we call blitzing you after made baskets, and really they try to get 10 to 20 points a game where they're attacking your defense before your defense is set. If they get them, they're going to score 75 or higher. If they don't get them, they struggle to get those numbers, and that's what we did to VCU. I was really happy with our defensive effort.
Will Iowa State attempt to do that?
Oh yeah, they're faster. They're faster with their blitz attack after a made basket than anybody we've played. They don't. If you score, they're very confident that they're going to score more. They're the only team probably that will play the rest of the year like that. You know, Butler was a little bit that way, and that you saw it was a high-scoring game. But I think Iowa State's even more so that way.
You won that game Saturday with only getting, a couple points from Octavius Ellis.
He didn't have a field goal.
Yeah.
He had 4 free throws.
What does that say about, I don't know, what do you take from that?
Well, I just thought how I envisioned us becoming a team where all 10 guys that are not being redshirted could contribute. You know, I thought Quadri made a big basket in the second half. He gave us physicality defensively when he was in. You know, Corey got in foul trouble, but he had a big bucket in the second half. So everybody contributed. So, you know, whenever you can do that and Octavius doesn't get a field goal, and you still win the game. You know, the only thing I will say about that is I got to play. He's got to get some more minutes at the point. Troy, 37 is too much. I think Troy made some mistakes down the stretch where he didn't have the ball in his hands, and he made a bad pass to Shaq in the press offense, and he had some defensive breakdowns. But, you know, when I look back, I think those are on me because he had played too much.
Why hasn't Justin gotten those minutes lately?
You know, probably the way that game was going. You know, when I turned to put him in, and I asked Larry around the 8-10 mark. The game was pretty late, and he kind of looked at me like, when I said, I think we got to get Troy a rest, and Larry gave me the look like, are you really serious? But I should have done it. I probably should have. You got to get him out around it before the under 12 timeout. That's the time to get a guy a break like that. I always used to try to get SK out right around that break.
You've been happy. You've gone small a little bit more with Shaq at the 4. Have you been happy with what you're getting out of that?
Yeah, we got to practice more with that. You know, the problem in college basketball for Quadri, Gary, Corey, all those guys, everybody we play doesn't play a power forward. You know, everybody plays a small forward at the 4. Almost everybody. Now, until we play SMU, I think, as you look down our schedule, very few teams play 2 big guys. So, in an effort to match up with them at times, we have to go small. But I thought we did a pretty good job offensively the other day, better than we had. We just got to practice more on the offensive end with that lineup. They don't play a lot together in practice, that 4-guard unit. But they've done a good job when they've been in there. But I think I just got to do a better job making sure that we know what we're doing strategically on offense when we have that lineup. But defensively, they've been really, really good.
Tomorrow night, excuse me, Danny Fortson is being honored during one of his. Got any Danny Fortson memories?
A lot of them. Big Dan didn't like to fly. So Big Dan didn't like. I just remember my first flight when Coach Huggins hired me. We went to go on the road, and he sat. You know, I'd known Dan from high school when he was in high school and I was coaching high school, from the All-American stuff. And he sat next to me on the plane. The plane took off. He leaned over and just started hugging me and squeezing me. You know, I'm not the biggest guy, and he's a tank. I think, what are you doing? Dan's not a flyer. It was like, I thought he was kidding at first. And, you know, I look back, Coach Huggins was laughing. He was laughing. So I was thinking, I felt like I was his teddy bear or something. No, but his career, you see in the background, I don't know if you can see behind me, you know, he's up on the wall as one of the greatest players to ever play here. That'll never change. He was just an unbelievable career. Now he's spending his time being a father. He just got a little more, he was retired, so he's got a little bit more time than I got. But he's got 4, so I only got 1. He's a great guy.